This is it, boys. It's the end. Final boss, I think. There she is, Queen Marika, one we've heard so much about. Wonder what happened to her. Maybe it's like lore things that happened in the trailers. Alright, so who's this guy? Oh, it's Radagon, Rinaldo's husband. Alright, this is gonna be another tough fight. I hate these fucking fights so much. Like, he just keeps zoning me out. Like, yeah, that's such a fun fight. I love being zoned out by Radagon. Such a fun fight. Thanks, FromSoft. Let's go. These really helped out. Like, really helped out. That's right, Radagon, you're dead. I don't know why you have a hole in your chest, but you're dead. And of course there's a phase 2, because why not? Well, I have flasks left. I was able to quickly surmise that this is holy damage. I mean, it's all yellow and shit, so... I went and used a larval tier and got my strength up a lot, and then I put on these medallions to stop the holy damage, and I did one for physical damage too, because my god, that physical damage does kind of hurt a lot. Well, you're cute, I guess. Of course he has fire. Well, he's gone. Oh, come on. Stop running. What is this? What was that? That is so unfair. Yes! Finally! My god, you have no idea how hard that was. It wasn't even Elden Beast that was hard. I've gotten close a couple times, even without the Mimic. I got close to beating Elden Beast. It was just Radagon. That fucker. Jesus. Oh my god, that was a pain in the ass. I hate this. And I forgot to equip my scarab, so I didn't get as much runes. Fuck. Oh my god, dude. I don't even know at this point. I don't know. I can't even be bothered at this point. Screw it. Put into this, I guess. You have no idea how hard that was. It wasn't like, oh, super, super hard, as in like, Radagon, man, he really knew what he was doing. No, first of all, I tried to parry Radagon. It worked, actually, but for some stupid reason, if you parry Radagon, it, like, staggers him a little, and then that's literally it. That's literally what all that happens. You stagger him, and then if you try to attack him, he immediately attacks you with that grab move again. So, I don't even know. I don't even know what I do, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what this game wants from me. I've given up on trying to learn this game, alright? I'm learning how to beat this guy. I beat Radagon on my own, alright? I promise you. I promise you that. I am not lying. I beat Radagon on my own. And since Elden Beast would run and use so many spammable, stupid-ass zoning moves, I just chose to use the Mimic for that last fight. But I beat Radagon on my own. I promise you. I fucking promise you. I didn't show it because, look, I don't know, man. I didn't feel like it, alright? I'm sorry if that makes you feel upset. If you're upset over that, I'm sorry. I just didn't feel like doing it, alright? But I did beat Radagon on my own, and I did beat the Elden Beast on my own. I swear to you. I swear on my life. God, dude. Radagon can go to hell. He can actually suck a dick. Alright. Let's go figure out what the fuck we're doing. I don't have the stuff for this, or even my normal bow, because, I had to go and I basically went and got all my strength up. Like, look at my strength. That's 83. I had 83 strength, and I had all of this stuff, and I still had issues with him. Like, I cannot excuse that. I had almost max, and I know that after a while, eventually you don't gain as much. But Jesus. What's this? Summon Ronnie. Oh, Jesus. Do I finally get to marry her? Fucking Christ. I did this whole journey. If I don't get to marry Ronnie, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Need a little snap for summon, I guess. I don't know. I actually didn't mean to do that, but, well, didn't really get a choice. My character just likes to gesture for no reason. Oh, my mistress, you have no idea the torture I just went through. So this guy, Radagon, he married your mother before, and I fucking hate him. I hate him. He's annoying, yes. I hate him so much. I did that for you and for your mother. But mainly for me, because he's so fucking annoying. Doesn't get staggered. If I parried him, he immediately retaliates, which is the entire opposite point of a parry. And overall, he just has so many AoE attacks, it's annoying. And I don't know, man. Half the time I swear I was dodging, but whatever. And then Elden Beast was just Elden Beast. There's nothing really to say about that.
I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness.
Elden Beast was just Elden Beast. If you can take that whatever way you want. Either he was cool or he was annoying. Either way, he's just Elden Beast, and that's
Let us go together.
it's either a good or bad thing. Really, your decision.
My dear consort eternal.
Man, my armor's so badass. I got little claw hands. That's so badass. God, I don't know what it is about the color black, but it just makes you so badass. You're so dripped out. Alright, it's time for the controversial topic. I did this for Dying Light 2, I might as well do it for this game. Elden Ring, amazing. An amazing game. It's an amazing Souls game. Okay, can you calm down? Okay, relax, buddy. Sorry, that was the music. I'm not trying to have it echo. I'm just gonna mute my TV. But yeah, obviously, whenever someone gets angry, they're always like, oh, this game's trash, you know? And sometimes there is a playing factor into it. Most of the time, if I die in Elden Ring, it is mostly my problem. Like, when I was fighting Radagon, I had a mental breakdown. I just hit myself in the head multiple times, thinking to myself, why can't I dodge this? It's so easy to dodge, and I'm not dodging it. I kept getting the timing off, even though the timing is so easy. I actually think that Radagon might be the easiest person for his timing to be, like, learned. Like, out of all the bosses, Radagon is the easiest to learn, like, his timing. And I've heard that Elden Ring is the first Souls game where enemies actually delayed their attacks. So, yeah. Of course, they'd make the end game boss the best enemy at learning how to dodge their attacks. Although the AoE attacks were annoying, because I'd usually dodge them, but there's just a few times where the AoE was managed to reach my character and I died, or at least took damage. And then I shit you not, they also programmed this into so many enemies in Elden Ring. It's so bullshit. When you're trying to heal, like with Radagon, every time I tried to heal, he'd use his zoning abilities. You know, the big lightning ability that explodes, and then the smaller lightning things or whatever that also explode. Every time I tried to heal, he'd do that. Or he just straight up hit me with his hammer, which is so fucking far. It reaches so far. Like, it really is just annoying. It was easy to dodge it. It was really easy to dodge it, alright? I just died so many times because of my own incompetence. But there is also times where I will press the dodge button, but I pressed it like a millisecond too late, and I get hit. That's really annoying. I hope they fix that. I think that's something that maybe not everybody will agree with me on this, But I just really feel like I said it at the beginning when I was like fighting Margaret and Godric. Like I complained, like, oh man, if you don't hit at the right, if you don't dodge at the right second, at the right frame, at the right moment, you get hit and you die. And I do still believe in that somewhat. I do still believe that I'll like dodge as soon as the attack is coming for me. So I'll get hit by it. Of course, there are plenty of times where I panic dodged or just dodged multiple times because I'm trying to roll out of there to heal or something. But yeah, with Radagon, I really just... He's hard without a summon. He doesn't stagger, no matter what. Like, I really... I rely on enemies being staggered, man. But these bosses, they don't ever get staggered. Only Melania ever got staggered, I think. And you better bet I cheese the fuck out of her. She has a glitch going on right now where even if she doesn't hit you, she still heals. If you don't think I'm about to cheese her, then you really like torturing yourself. I fucking maxed out Rivers of Blood, had my Mimic in me, go at it. I don't even feel bad. Even without, like, the glitch of her healing without hitting you, she still heals you. She still heals every time she hits you, which I find to be ridiculous. I find that to be very ridiculous. But, whatever. Say what you want. But, you know, there's always the age-old question, oh man, is the game bad, or am I bad? Is the game hard, or is it easy, and I'm just bad? The game's hard, that's the truth of it. And a lot of new Souls a lot of new people are coming to Elden Ring because of how, like, because just the hype, big open world and everything. You know, people want to play that. They don't want to play normal Dark Souls. Normal Dark Souls is fun on its own thing. I hear people say, like, oh, Bloodborne's like the best Souls game ever, and I'm like, I just think, like, yeah, it was before, but it still could be. But I do prefer the open world aspect more. But then I really have to get to the open world aspect as well. My god, that open world is big. And that's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. There's so many times where I thought, oh man, I must have gone to every cave and defeated every boss in that area, and it turns out no. It turns out I missed a multitude of caves in Limgrave. It turns out before I had even fought Godric or Margit, there was an entire other area I could have gone to that was a bit lower leveled, and I just never even knew it existed. And then of course there was Caelid, where you can go there right at the beginning of the game and get one shot if that's what you feel like. You can't even enter Caelid without being attacked by, like, a bloody host invader or whatever. Like, as soon as you get to the border between Limgrave and Caelid, a bloody finger per hunter or whatever, actually, like, they show up, like. But, yeah. The open world is fun, it just, there were times where it got overwhelming, and I'm just thinking, man, can it just be over? Can I just be done exploring so I can get back to the main story? Because I'm an exploration kind of guy, you know, I like to do all the side stuff first. I think I complete all the quests, I don't know, I might have Nepheli's left to do. He just sits there being like, oh, this bird, it's ashes, it reminds me of my first hawk, and I was just thinking, cool, I guess. Because I also learned that she can actually be summoned against Godfrey, but I didn't see no summon sign, so I guess I didn't finish her thing. And there's also the thing, like, you know, there's the secret boss, the Poseidax, or whatever the guy's name was, the two-headed dragon that used to be three-headed that I used to summon against because I was fighting. You know what? I'll admit it. I used the bullshit excuse of, oh, it's two guys, so I should be able to summon my Mimic. I mean, I'm half right and half wrong. It's 2 heads on 1 dragon body. It's like fighting 1.5 guys, I guess. I don't know. These bosses just feel so overwhelming. And especially once you get to the mountaintop of giants, like, the difficulty spikes up so much. And so many people have acknowledged that too. Like, even Souls veterans, like, this place sucks, man. This mountaintop of giants sucks. Literally just could get 1 shot if you don't have enough health. Or 2 shot. Dude, I had 3 talismans against Radagon. 3. 1 for physical damage, 1 for non-physical damage, and 1 for holy damage. And I still got absolutely destroyed by him so many times. There's also just a few times where I just gave up because I had like a few flasks left. And he still had like half health, and I still had Elden Beast to do, so... it was so annoying. But just because it was annoying doesn't mean it's bad or it's the game's fault or, you know, the game is good. It's very good. I do think that dodging could be improved just a tiny bit. I feel like that's also the thing too, is like if you dodge, let's say like you dodge back, but they're doing like an overhead attack, it's like, well, doesn't matter if you dodge, you still get hit. And then there's just the cases where sometimes I'll dodge, like there's the cases where I press to dodge, but... Oh, God. Okay. Sorry. I had to yawn. There's a time where I'll press the dodge button, and it won't dodge because I got hit. And then there's just the other cases where I press the dodge button, my character clearly dodged, and it still hit me anyway. Especially when it's an AoE attack, which is very annoying. How do you stop AoE attacks? Do you jump over them? Do you dodge them? I was able to dodge pretty much all his AoE attacks. And yeah, I use summons a lot. I use summons against most enemies, but that's also because most enemies were repeat, and that leads me to the next thing. Repeat bosses. Bro. Godfroy. Godfroy the Grafted. Hoarah, also known as Godfrey. Margit and Morgott. See where I'm going with this? Those are main story bosses. Main story bosses. Red Wolf of Radagon. Him too. You have to fight that thing before you get to Rennala. So many main bosses that just kept on getting reused. Margit was reused 3 times. You had Margit again, and then you had Morgott, which is literally just Margit, but a different name. It's even like in the lore that Margit is Morgott, but Margit is like an omen or like a sort of like vision that Morgott sent out. So you are basically fighting the same guy 3 times. You fight Godric. He's a main story boss. He's a shard bearer. And then you have Godfroy, all the way in the Altus Plateau in one of the little sign circle things where you go to like a different world or whatever and you fight a ghost. Yeah. You had Godfroy. The only difference is Godfroy didn't have the dragon arm. But that's still literally Godric's first phase. He even gets some of Godric's second phase moves, except for the fire, of course, because he didn't have a dragon head. And then you had Godfrey. That's why I use summoning against Godfrey too, because I literally already fought him already. I already fought him. I fought him in the same exact place almost. Both in the capital. I fought Godfrey in the capital twice now. And sure, he got that Hoarah, which is like, okay, cool. You got second phase, different moves, look different. Okay, so I let him kill the Mimic, and then I fight him on my own. Mimic might have got like a hit or two in before dying, but still. I basically did most of the damage. And also, technically Grank, because Grank / Malekith, because if you give Grank enough death root, he eventually just goes mad, and you have to fight him to get him, and you have to fight him and get him to a certain amount of health. So, I technically fought Grank twice as well. Like if I fight a boss more than once, I'm just going to use the summons. I'm just going to use the summon. Hold on. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, if an enemy is used more than once, I'm going to use the summon. I don't give a shit. And sure, Elden Beast wasn't used more than once. He was only used one time because he's the endgame boss. But I also, if an enemy is going to cheese me, I'm also going to cheese them. That's just it. Radagon, he was a bit annoying, but I wouldn't really say he cheesed me that much. I mean, yes, he would sometimes spam the lightning bolts, which is so annoying, and I swear to God, there was actually a time where he threw one lightning bolt faster than the other, or slower than the other, whichever way it was. Like, what? You can't just do that. It's literally like the same move, too. It's just you throwing a lightning bolt. And somehow you delayed it? I swear it felt delayed. I don't know, man. And then, I know that's just the main bosses, man. Don't even get me started on the secondary bosses. Those guys are fucking annoying. And there's so many of them. And by secondary, I mean side bosses. So many are used in like the caves and everything. So many are used not in the caves. So many are used as mini bosses. They're not even technically bosses, but they're still super hard enemies, and they don't respawn like a boss. Like Tree Sentinel, Tree Avatar, Tree Spirit. So many tree things. Jesus. Even the Draconic Tree Sentinel was used more than once. The dragons were used so many times. I literally fought the same dragon, basically, in the crumbling Ferrum, whatever it was called. I don't know. I don't have the map to look at right now. But yeah. And Poseidax was pretty cool, but he was just another dragon. Sure, he had some cool moves. He also has some BS moves, like how he could shoot fire behind him, and I'm just supposed to somehow know he's doing that and not in front of him. Whatever. The point is, bosses, sure, there's 100 bosses in the game. There's also like 90% of them are reused. Even the main bosses. That cannot be excused. Godric and then Godfroy the Grafted. They're both something the Grafted, and they both sound the same. And who the fuck is Godfroy? Is he the son of Godfrey and Marika? Is he technically another demigod? Is he just a figment of my imagination? Is this entire game just a figment of a child's imagination? You never know, man. That's the beauty and the annoyance of Elden Ring. There's also a few times where Elden Ring That's another argument, like, oh, Elden Ring doesn't hold your hand, it doesn't tell you where to go. Bro, I swear, if you go to the Albinoric Rise over in the concentrated snowfields, it says nothing about what to do. It just says you must solve the puzzle. It doesn't even tell you what the puzzle is. That tilted me so much, because, okay, Dark Souls games, they're not known to hold your hand and show you where to go and what the main objective is. But give me a hint at least. Give me a hint on what I'm supposed to do for the Albinoric Rise. I had to look at messages for it. Basically, for the Albinoric Rise, you have to summon the Fanged Imp Ashes, and then have them attack another Fanged Imp, and then have that Fanged Imp die. And then the Rise opens. But see, it never said anything like that. It never even gave a hint. At least with like the other Rises, it'd be like, oh, find the 3 beasts or whatever. Look, the game's amazing, not 10 out of 10, and there's glitches. Alright, that's it. Boom, bye.